Good morning, everyone. It's Stamp Ventures with Shauna. Oh my goodness, I forgot to plug in. Let's see, I'm going to plug in my earbuds. I think that makes the sound more consistent. Hang on, hope this isn't too weird of a sound. There we go. Hopefully you can hear me. Hope your Saturday morning is going very well. And I'm here with a quick coffee break video for you. I'm going to be doing something different today. And no, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. Well, maybe I am drinking the Kool-Aid, but I do have my coffee here as well. No, I definitely will not want to drink that. Okay, so I'm just getting linked up to the iPad so I can see your messages, but I forgot that I had to turn the sound down. Okay, let's try this again. Where are we at? Found it. Great. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hello. 4 people there already. Hola. Hello, Tamara. Hello, Susan. Hey, Paulette. Great to see you guys. Hope you're having a great Saturday morning. Mine's been completely disorganized. Oh my gosh. If you could see the mess that's surrounding me, you'd be like, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But it's going to get better. Some of you know that I have a new desk in my stamping room, and I'm still making my way through the piles and the mess and all of that. But I think I have somewhat of a vision now of what's going to happen in there. And boy, when I realized that I've got that vision and I know what I'm going to do and I know how I'm going to go forward with this, it just made me feel so much better. So today is really quick. You've just, taken a quick break from your morning here, and I won't keep you too long. I'm going to save the Kool-Aid as the mystery for the end. This involves something that you may have on hand around your house. In fact, a lot of you have. I know you have it. It's dish soap. So I'm going to save that for the end. Just set that off to the side, and hopefully it doesn't spill on my piles of stuff. You also need a re-inker for it too. But the quick, super fast, easy part of today's video is going to be what you can do with your little scraps of designer paper. I never throw anything away. I just throw all these scraps in with the big 12 by 12 sheets, thinking, oh yeah, someday I will use them. And when I was cleaning up and organizing the new desk, I found this lovely copper tea tin, which I don't think we have them in the catalog anymore, but keep an eye out for when they Stamp It Up updates the clearance rack, because sometimes things like this end up on the clearance rack. And when I was at a convention a couple years ago, a Stampin' friend named Cheryl gave me all of these love notes. And look, yeah, there's designer paper, and I'll show you really quickly how you can cut that and make these little love notes. And then Stampin' Up does carry these super sweet little envelopes, and they're perfect to go, well, I can pop these. Cheryl knows that I need lots of thank you cards, and I can pop these into orders for my customers. And they're also great if you just need a little card to go with a gift. And even though we don't have these tea tins anymore, we do have our mini pizza boxes, which are super cute. And these fit probably not quite as many into a paper pumpkin box, or not a paper pumpkin box. We have paper pumpkin boxes too that are in mini sizes. Pizza box, not quite as many would fit in the pizza box, but you could squeeze a few in there. So I'm going to show you really quickly how you can cut up some paper to make the little love note cards. And welcome to the more of the people who have joined on. I think I see Sheila and Sue as well. And yes, those tins are retired, so keep an eye open when they update the clearance rack. If you have regular 8.5 by 11 paper, which is what a lot of us card makers have, you'll be able to get 3 Love Note sized cards out of that. And that's about as good as you can get. But if you happen to have packages of 12 by 12 cardstock on hand, you get like 8 of these little buddies out of one 12 by 12. So that's probably the ideal size to use for those. But if you don't, you can certainly use your 8.5 by 11. So I'm cutting it the long way. So now I've got a 6-inch wide piece, and then I'm going to cut 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches. I feel like singing that. There's a commercial out there that's, what is it, $5, $5. This is 3 inches, 3 inches. Yeah, no, I won't sing anymore. Okay, so there's 3 little Love Notes because they are 6 by 3, and then you score it at 3 inches, so you get that perfect square like that. And then you have all of this left over as scraps to stamp little greetings on. But you know what I did is I went into my white scraps and I pulled out all of these. Like I said, I save a lot of stuff, and this will be perfect to do my greetings on. And so I'm gonna set my trimmer off to this. Well, I might need that again to trim up my, okay, don't put it that far away. Oh goodness, there, in the pile of stuff. All right, so got my little cards, and yeah, even, okay, so I had cut out one of those mini little purses from the Dressed to Impress dies, and there is enough here. I measured it. Yep, there's enough that I can actually get the front of a Love Note card. So I'm going to do this side, this piece 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Oh, there's a piece. I'm actually going to part with this piece. Yeah, I know. Watch me go. Woohoo! Not going to save that piece. 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Or if you want it to really take up almost the full front of the Love Note card, you could do it 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. But 2 3/4 is easy to work with for me, and it gives you a nice border like that. And okay, now I'm going to take, let's see, this little piece right here. You know, I'm going to do something I don't usually do. I'm going to stamp first, and then I'm going to cut it up. So this is a great way to use up your scraps. Love Notes with little messages. So, oh, you know what? I better make sure that this word sunshine is clean. This is from this month's Paper Pumpkin. My coffee break stamping last week showed you one of the cards that's in that kit. Ooh, okay, that's a little bit juicier than it needed to be. Get some of the water off of there. Hopefully you don't have too much. There we go. All right, so this is terracotta tile, and I think there's just enough room to, yeah, fit the word sunshine. Kind of trying to figure out if I'm somewhat straight with that. There we go. And then I need the word hello. Oh no, it's not hello. It's not hello sunshine. It's sending sunshine. Again, I'll make sure this is, there we go. You're learning all my like really fast and lazy tips here. Okay, sending, no, we don't want it to be upside down. I want it to be the right way up. There we go, sending sunshine. That just kind of tucks in right there. Hopefully it's not too crooked. Woo! All right, and yeah, it always helps if you make that noise when you're stamping, when you go, woo! Yeah, that's it. Okay. Get this closed up because I can see it's an accident waiting to happen there with all the stuff I've got around here. Now I'm just going to trim this, and just in case you're wondering how big this is, okay, it's about 1 1/4 inches wide, maybe a little bit more, but about 1 1/4 inches, and then I'm going to trim it up at 2 1/2. There we go. All right. And I noticed when my friend Cheryl made up the little tin of Love Note cards for me, she didn't do it on this one, but on some of them, okay, see this one and this one here, she has highlighted, is that the word you'd call it? Highlighted the edges. She's coated the edges with ink. I think there's a word for it. It might be called direct to paper is what it's called. And she just like took and dragged her paper. Whoa! Okay, I have really lots of ink on this ink pad. I didn't need to drag that much. Okay, so that's, I think, what she did. If you want to get it, softer and maybe have more control, you could pull out a sponge and just sponge gently. Okay, I don't like that. I'm going to go back. Yeah, that looks too blobby because there was way too much ink on my ink pad. Okay, but that's how she did it. She just would have had an ink pad that wasn't quite as juicy, or she wouldn't have dragged quite as violently as I did. So we'll go back to, let's see, what did I say? 1 1/4 by 2 1/2 is what I decided. There we go. 1 1/4 and by 2 1/2. Okay, yeah. So see, and I don't feel bad doing it however many times because this is just all my scraps and I'm so happy to use up my scraps. Okay, what's the chance I'm going to get it straight this time? We'll see. Twice in a row. You just never know. Okay, there's sunshine and there is sending. Okay, and close this up because we know how juicy it is. And now I'll just layer together. You know what? I finally got my stamping seal and Seal Plus in my orders that I haven't pulled it out yet to play with it. It's there's a big box sitting just to the left of me with all kinds of goodies in it. And I'm still trying to get organized now that I've got that new desk in my craft room. So one of these days, it will all come together. Ha ha ha, she says naively. No, yeah, it will. Okay, so there we go. So Cheryl, she just did a bunch of little notes like this. You could do it on the angle. I think that would look cute too. Or you can just, what would be really sweet is if you had like a little flower punch and you just put a little flower in, maybe this corner up here, because there's a little bit of or maybe there. So anyways, these little love notes, which are 3 by 3, and the paper's cut 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, are a super great way to use up your designer paper and all your little scraps. And you can make them like Cheryl did by the bunch. You can give them as gifts. They make really nice gifts. And yeah, it's nice to have, I can set, like I'll be having, now that I've found this in my mess, I'll have this tin sitting on my desk so I can just grab a note whenever I need it. Okay, so that's the quick and easy card part of today's coffee break video. And now here is you probably have it on hand and you might want to experiment and have fun with this. So what this is water. So I've got one here that's just plain, and I don't know how much that is. It's like maybe half a cup of water, 3/4 of a cup, something like that, and approximately a tablespoon. No, not a tablespoon, a teaspoon. I don't know. It's not a blob of dish soap. And then in this one, I added a few drops of Melon Bombo Reinker. And here for this one, I've got pumpkin pie. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess just depending on how bright or dark or colorful you want it to be. Oh, I should have had a Kleenex to, okay, here, we'll just Okay, I'm gonna blow. There. Yeah, just to get most of the pink out of that one. So, because now I'm going to be doing orange. Okay, so what is she doing with this? This is going to be a fun thing that any of you who have kids around the house, you might want to try that this summer. So, all right, going to start blowing here through my straw, and it's going to be creating all kinds of bubbles. Just like that. Ooh, okay. Now I've got a little piece of paper here. I think it's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I'm just going to set it in the bubbles. Not in the water, but just in the bubbles. Okay, did I get anything yet? No, it didn't. I'm going to add a little bit more re-inker. Needed it to be a bit darker. There we go. All right. Let's try this again. Stir it up. Stir a little bit more. Okay. Whoa. Okay, I'm pretty sure I should get some color this time. Let's see how it goes. Just set it down into the bubbles. There we go. Now I'm starting to get bubble patterns on my paper. So sometimes when there's big bubbles, you don't get as many patterns. When there's little bubbles, you get more. So you can do it a couple times until you get your paper as bubbly as you want. Okay, let's see. There's, oh, lots of bubbles there and there. Just catch the bubbles, but not the, oh, okay. And then you let it sit and dry, and then you get funky and fun background papers like this. I did these ones last night, so these ones have all dried, or like this. And the inspiration from this came from now it doesn't look anything like it, but I saw the paper that we had used for this card last week, and I loved how it was all swirly and it's marbly. Actually, this is probably more, it might be closer to the shaving cream technique, which I should do another time, because that's a lot of fun too. Yeah, and I'm not sure how well you're able to see that. Maybe the light is shine. It's very, the pink was very light. I guess the orange is pretty light too. Here's the two to compare. My bubbles are still drying on there right now. And then, but what I liked about this is it has like the two tones of color. It's got the oranges and the yellows. And so I'm like, okay, so now I'll take the pink and I'll dip it in the orange so I get both colors going on. So here we go again. I'm going to make this weird noise. All right. Sorry, it sounds weird, but okay. Set it in the bubbles. Let's get some of the little bubbles. So now, yeah, I'm starting to get, I don't know again how well that's showing up to your screen, but now I've got a little bit of pink in there and a little bit of orange as well. And yeah, you can do it as many times as you want until the paper is as bubbly as you like. And then now, I haven't tried this yet, but I'm hoping that like the finish of the paper starts, because it is slightly damp, the finish of the paper maybe is not quite as smooth as it normally would be, but oh, I'm glad you like it. And then you can take, let's see, well, I'll just use black. And stamp some words. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Where is it in my mess? Here it is. Okay, we'll take sending off. There, we're gonna stamp a sunshine on this. Again, this is from the Paper Pumpkin kit for this month. And then you can mount it on a card, and it could be a love note size, because this, as I mentioned, was 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I'm wondering what other words that I have around here. I don't know, but oh, maybe you could just do like this. Let's see if I can. Okay, got to take. I'm working with one block and like 5 stamps, and that's not always a good thing. I don't know if this would make sense. But if you could put the word up here, sending, There. Sending sunshine. It's kind of like, they're having to read the, kind of like an emoji. There we go. Sending sunshine. And you probably would want to mount this, I'm thinking, on Melon Mambo cardstock, because that's the color that I used of the re-inker, and brighten it up that way. But you get that cool and funky background effect, and it's lots of fun to play with. And like I said, if you've got kids or grandkids around the house, they would have loads of fun with this, and like combining the colors, see what you can come up with that way. That would be great too. So that's it for today for my coffee break stamping. Yeah, a quick love note card, which I don't even know where it went to now. Somewhere here. Yeah. Anyways, quick love note card and some, I don't know, bubble stamping. I don't know what to call that. Anyways, have a super weekend. Remember that it's coming up to the very end of the month, and the starter kit promotion will be over at the end of June. And it's a starter kit promotion like as good as it's ever been, because you get to pick up to a free bundle, $80 extra for some of those bundles to add on. And yeah, us demonstrators want you to know that if you're looking for the best deal, that is it. So have a great weekend, everyone. We'll talk to you again another night, hopefully Tuesday, if I'm organized to do my tutorial that night. Bye for now.